Hi, my name is Erik Hawkins. I'm a music production instructor and course developer for Berklee Music, and I'm here today to talk about remixing. So let's get started. Most of us are familiar with basic song structure, the traditional pop song structure of verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, to the fade, that type of song structure. But what about remixes? Do remixes have a song structure? I say they absolutely do. At least the best remixes that I've heard and the best remixes that I've heard played in clubs. So what is remix song structure? Remix song structure, to me, the two most important things are a mix in and a mix out, and also 8-bar song sections. The mix in and the mix out are song sections that allow the DJs to segue in and out of other songs. And they usually contain very low, minimal to no harmonic elements to make the mixing in and mixing out easy for the DJ so they don't have to do harmonic mixing. And then the 8-bar song sections are so that a DJ can match song structures across different tracks so that they can play 8-bar sections, 16-bar sections, 32-bar sections, and sort of layer them on top of each other. So having 8-bar song sections, or at the very least song sections that are divisible by 4 bars, really make it easy to structure match. A great way of really seeing this remix song structure in action is to take a great remix and to actually map out the song structure and see how everything lays out. So I've chosen this one right here, Rock Your Body Rock, and it's a Ferry Corsten track that's been remixed by Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike. And this is called the Main Stage Remix. I find that it's an excellent example of a quality remix song structure, the kind of remix that I'd want to play out in a club. When you're making a remix and you want to get your stuff played out, you want to make the DJs look good, so you want to give them the tools to work with when they're mixing in the club. So this is what this sounds like on B port here.
London to Amsterdam, let's fuck.
So what I've done is I went ahead and purchased this song and then imported it into Pro Tools so I could map out the actual song structure. So check this out. So I've got it all mapped out here, and I've gone an extra step here, and not only did I map out the song structure here, you can see over on the right hand side here that I've put labels for each of the song sections, but I've also mapped out the ebb and flow of the energy of the song, which is really important in how that flow of energy parallels the song structure. You can see that we've got a long crescendo here that leads to a big breakdown, and then a longer crescendo, a breakdown that's not quite down as far, and another big crescendo out to the end. Flipping through some of these real quickly, we can see that at bar 1 here we have the mix in. Another thing that I see a lot with these mix ins and mix outs is the producer will cut some of the bass frequencies out of the mix in to make it easy to work with when you're layering it on top of another beat so that you don't end up with too much bass. So check this out. This is a great mix in. So that's the first 8. That's a mix in. And then there's a second 8 mix in, which gets a little bit more energy and has sort of a rise effects in it. Builds up. And then the first drop comes in. This main kick drum comes in here. And continues on for 2 8-bar sections. And then they get to a big breakdown. Introduction of the melody. And I like the breakdowns in this. They're actually 12-bar sections, and then it builds up continues to build up. Then the melody continues on and builds up to the second section here. And then there's this great, really exciting rise section here. Call it a rise, where it's just a giant crescendo that builds up to the next level. And you can see again that that's an 8-bar section. Into the next big drop here. Another 2 8-bar sections into a giant rise. Really exciting, really builds up the energy. And then when they get right up to the peak, up to the climax, great drop back down to the breakdown and the melody that they had introduced earlier. And that just continues on that way. And then the mix out sounds very similar to the mix in reverse. You've got a little less energy here, and then even less energy on the second 8 of the mix out. And they have once again cut out all the bass frequencies. So the other great thing about mapping out a song structure, the remix song structure like this, is having a remix song structure will give you that map to follow to allow you to finish your remix from start to finish and not be wondering where you're supposed to be going, that you're going to actually have a map, a roadmap to follow to flesh out all of your song sections, your remix song sections. And that's just invaluable to finishing your work. You know, I look forward to hearing completed remixes from you guys that DJs are going to want to play out in the clubs, and this is one of the keys to it. Have fun.